Today, I'm talking about ministry scholarships. I'm on the phone and I've just been working, and I just want to take a moment before I really get into my day to tell you guys about something we launched last week, and it's going very well. Ministry scholarships, and it's pay what you can. So the Worship the King platform has about 500 video lessons: guitar, piano, drums, bass, worship leadership. We're working on audio tech, a lot of our live stream foundations, all the stuff that we're doing. It's a lot of stuff. And I want to help, and I've always wanted to help small churches. I'm helping my church, and we're kind of growing. We're in the a little bit above more than a small church, but it doesn't matter if you're like 50 people or 5,000 people. You're going to need to train. And so if you've seen the worship band builder and all that stuff, you have to train, especially if you're a worship leader and you're struggling. It's probably because you don't have enough people with enough skill to help. One of my favorite business books to listen to is Grant Cardone. So I don't know, throw up your thumbs up if you like Grant Cardone. 10x if you like 10x. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go 10x Grant Cardone. Anyway, why most businesses fail? Not enough people buying enough product quick enough at a high enough price to make it work, and so they fail. Same thing I think applies to worship in worship bands and worship teams. Why would your worship team fail? Not enough people with enough high enough skill coming into the ministry to help you. So sometimes you have a drummer, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have a bass player, sometimes you don't. Like, what if you don't have a bass player on Sunday morning? It's terrible. The bass players, it's important. Bass players, you matter. Bass players matter. Okay. Bass players matter. Drop your chat down here. I'm going to talk for a few minutes about what I'm doing. I'll see if I got a chat overlay. Do we have a chatter? Who's chatting? Who's chatting? Anybody chat live or even not live? Bass players matter, and it does matter if you don't have a bass player, the morning is really not great. Okay. If you just have one guy playing guitar, so you don't have enough people in ministry. You don't have enough people to help you. You don't have a sound guy. I've been there. And that's really where this whole thing started. Necessity. It was necessary for me to train. And because we're not just saying, I'm not going to put down like greeters, but when you look at the whole worship and church volunteer stuff, you look at like the volunteer team, and then the kids team, and then you got the like youth volunteers and all the stuff. Those volunteers, although they need skill, they don't need a high amount of long-term training skill to like be a greeter. Like most people, if you can smile and shake hand and you can be friendly. Now, don't get me wrong, that is a skill. That is a skill, and some people have it and they don't. And some people can be trained and to be nice and friendly. Some people can't. Trust me, I've met them. So, but when you're talking about music training, if you want somebody to run your Logic mix stream for your live stream, and you need to run Logic, this can take years to learn, to be good at. Trust me. And sometimes you can't learn that either. Sometimes you can train somebody to do a mix, and 2 years later, you're like, dude, you just can't hear. You just can't hear the mix. So this is a thing. Music training, bass players, you can't just go get somebody from the back pew and be like, hey, you want to play bass? And goes, yeah, okay. Next week he comes and plays bass. No. This takes long-term training for a bass player. This takes long-term dedication on their part. So my point this morning, before I get into my big day, this is going to be a big day. Before I get into the big day, is worship training matters. And the reason why you might struggle or fail is you don't have enough people with a high enough skill coming into your ministry to support everything you need. Drummer, bass player, backup vocalist, pro presenter, runner, media, camera switcher, sound guy. I mean, if you're in this area of ministry, how many moving parts it is just in the worship ministry. Now, if you're a volunteer coordinator over, say, greeters or babies, children, and we have all those at our church, you can go, hey, are you good with kids? Yeah, I'm good with kids. Yeah, can you watch the babies? Yeah, I can watch the babies once a month. There's not like a 3-year training program to watch a baby. This is funny. It sounds like I'm saying that it doesn't take any skill to watch a baby, or it doesn't take any skill to like be a greeter. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it will take a lot longer to learn how to run an X32 Behringer mixer and do it well than it will be to, be a greeter. So as the worship ministry director, media director, worship pastor, whatever your role is, you got to find skilled people. Skilled people. Some of the people that work on our worship team have multiple degrees in music to be good enough to be able to play, or they have long-standing technical degrees, or they've been mixing for 20 years, and that's the guy that you want. That's the people that you want. So what if you don't have enough trained, skilled people? You got to train. That's what Worship Band Builder and Worship the King is all about. Let me know how you guys are training. Put it in the chat. I'm going to drop this chat overlay off so that way you get my face bigger. That's what you need. You need more people with higher skill, and the only way to do that is training. So today's video is about the ministry scholarship is available. Now I know all of you guys out there have money. You guys have plenty of money. That's probably not a problem. And now if you're in ministry and you're like, man, we're just strapped. We don't have enough money to buy any more things. We can't buy one more microphone. That is what this is for. So if you want to get involved in training and you have money, just go pay the Worship the King, just join, just buy the resources. That's easy. It supports me, it supports the channel, supports the creators that I work with, everybody else that I'm working with. So we all need money, right? But we all have money. We're going to put our money where our desire and interest is, okay? Trust me, I put money into my ministry at my local church. I know you guys put money into your local church, but now it comes right down to this. Do you have enough trained people? And if you are really feeling scrunched on money right now, just click on the ministry scholarship. It's right there on the screen. You go to worshiptheking.com/join. Right on the join page, you can see where the money is, and then you can say, look, I don't have this money. The good thing is, it's okay. We are a ministry. I am a ministry. My whole life has been building these resources. So the last thing I want to happen is for you to go, I just can't afford this, so I'm not going to do it. I always tell people that. I've always told people. And about 10 years ago, we had this ministry scholarship, and it was going really well. We brought it back. It's even better now because there's over 500 video training tutorials, and you can choose your own price down to $5. Okay, so if you can afford $5 a month, I know, and I think you can. And then, you know what? I'm going to go even further. If you're like, dude, $5 a month, I can't afford that. There's no wiggle room. I get it. All you have to do is send me an email. I'm going to give you a free account. So it's easy. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. Money will not be the barrier, but it is time to start thinking about raising up more leaders. So even if you have a full stage, I guarantee you, and I want to talk about this later, we had a full stage. We are getting more volunteers. We're getting a lot more volunteers. But this week alone, in the last 10 days alone, we have lost 2 very key worship team members. 2. One is moving. Actually, they're both moving. So they come up to like, yeah, I'm moving. These are longstanding guys that have been on our team. And that's what I've talked about for many years. There will be a time when you think you've got it all together and your drummer will come and be like, yeah, I just got a job offer in Tulsa. I'm out. Okay. So now, because you didn't train, because you thought you had it all together, now you're missing a drummer, and now you're scrambling like, oh, I got to find a drummer. And maybe one just pops up and you get really lucky or really blessed and one pops up, but maybe not. Maybe you're like, well, now we don't have a bass player or a drummer. And so my point is continual training is important. It's key. Continual and intentional training is the key to success in anything really, but in ministry. So just like the business guys, they say, look, businesses fail because they don't have enough money coming in, selling enough products at enough rate to keep their business going, to pay their employees, and pretty soon, boom, they're gone. You see it every day. More than 50% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. How does that work with churches? Well, I can tell you that the worship team will fail if you don't have enough people. If you got a couple people that want to sing and a guy who can play the piano, and that's fine. Maybe that's all you need. And I'm not saying that's not good enough. But if you're trying to build a worship band, if you have a vision in your mind, your heart, which I know you do, that you're thinking, I want to have a band, I want to build this up, I want to have people rotating, I don't want to burn people out. If you're thinking all those things, the only way to get there is to train and recruit. Train and recruit. All right. So that is some of the next things I'm going to be working on in Worship the King, I think, is a whole recruiting philosophy. We have recruited a ton of people in the last 3 months in our ministry. We're growing at great speeds, but bam, it can feel like a kick in the gut when you go to a meeting or you get a text from your worship director that says, hey, so-and-so's moving to so-and-so state. Oh, that hurts because you're investing a lot of time and effort and into these people and into this program, and then Every single person that comes in and is a high skill level matters a lot. Every single one of them matters a lot. So you don't want to lose them. So you want to train more. You want to get them training more. You don't want to burn them out. You're going to train them more. All this is about Worship Band Builder, Worship the King, full premium access. Now I'm talking about premium access. That's every video training that I've done, over 500 videos, webinars. We have charts. We're adding stuff all the time. I'm a mad, crazy person. I'm like a mad scientist in here adding stuff every day to this thing, trying to help you, get you the best resources. And then we're building the youth team over at my church. So it's like every time I'm building their team, getting them going, getting their videos, getting them charts, I'm just putting them all together in the premium membership area of Worship the King, which is phenomenal because you can follow right along with us and you can do your own thing. You can have your own success. That is what we're talking about. And I am just going to end this video by letting you know that it is absolutely okay if you're completely broke. You know, I get that. That's fine. All you got to do is click on Ministry Scholarship Available. Or if you just have all of your funds for your church and for your family already allocated things and you're like feeling the stretch, but you want to do this, money is not going to stand in your way, especially when you sign up for training with Worship the King. It will not stand in your way. Worship Ministry Scholarships available right here, all the way down to $0. Okay, so it's very simple. All you got to do is fill it out and get the conversation started today. If you're still watching this video and you're in, and you're thinking, man, I like this guy's cool. I like what he's doing. I want to be a part of it. I want you to take the contact form from my website or take the contact right here, and probably more like from my website. Send me an email, Eric, ERIC, @worshiptheking.com. I would like to hear from you about what your church is doing. And also, if you have friends in the denominational level, in other churches around your city, in any ministry partnerships that you're working with that you think, you know what, this would work for Bob. Send this link to Bob. Send this video to Bob and send me the name and the number and the email of Bob. I want to talk to Bob. I want to talk to you too. And that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. I'm going to be on phone calls and Zoom calls with people all over the country, and well, maybe get to the world. Maybe we'll get to Canada. I don't know what Canada is doing. But anyway, we are working on subscription deals for denominations and networks. So if you're in that world and you're like, yeah, I'd like to get this into 10 or 20 or 100 of my churches here in this region, contact me. Let me know. I would love to share with you that little tidbit. But basically, the ministry scholarship is for anybody, everybody. Don't let it stand in the way. You know what stands in the way most of the time? It's not money. It's not money. I guarantee most of you have $5 a month. So you have $5 or $10 a month, $20 a month. I mean, you got Netflix, you got I don't have Netflix anymore. I canceled it. But you got those services, right? And it just goes on and goes on. It's just all entertainment. What are you doing for your church? What are you doing for your ministry? What are you doing to build yourself up? What are you doing for yourself to make yourself better for your community? Are you trying to learn some better skills? All right. What are you trying? Are you trying to think like, I'm pretty good at this, but I want to be even better? That right there is what we're going to do at Worship the King. We help you get a little bit better. We help you reach that goal. What's it worth? $5, $10, $20? You tell me. You know, for many years, I worked on pricing. I worked on marketing and pricing, and I'm pretty good at that stuff. You know, it's all right. You know, you can sell stuff for whatever you want, make up prices however you want. But you know what? You tell me. If you want to be in the ministry scholarship, you tell me how much it's worth to you. You can just fill it out right there and pay what you want. That is a beautiful thing. We coded into the website. It's there. It's live. All you got to do is fill out the application. Use your ministry, talent for ministry. I'll send you a special link. You can choose your own price. You can join Worship the King, get all of the resources we have. And as we continue to build them, you can continue to get them. All right, come on in then. Let's do something. I'll see you guys. God bless you. Leave your comments. Send me your friends' phone numbers.